welcome back to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. So today we are obviously taking a quick look at the HYDRA Stomper from Marvel What If. So this is Marvel Legends HYDRA Stomper Deluxe figure. Now this is a beast of a figure and I can't wait to get into it. So without further ado, let's go. And the first thing I want to say is straight away this feels very different to some of the other deluxe figures that we've had. The articulation is really nice, especially in these arms and the head. And he just feels very different. It feels like a different type of plastic. I don't know if it's a psychological thing because I know he's from an animated show, but he is really quite articulated straight off the bat. Yeah, I mean, let me just have a mess around, like getting him into a really stupid pose here, just doing a bit of a, I don't even know what that is, but bit of a pose, but he is really quite articulated for such a big figure, which is really nice because obviously it's always good for figure photography and for displaying purposes as well. So let's have a proper look at this guy, and he is an absolute beast. You can see here by the size of my hands that he really does take up quite a huge part. I would say he probably stands at about 9 inches maybe. His waist swivel goes all the way around. Now very quickly, for those of you who haven't seen the very first episode of What If, this is Steve Rogers. Basically Howard Stark built an Iron Man armor for Steve Rogers when he got injured and wasn't able to take the super serum and therefore become Captain America. So essentially it is Steve Rogers in an Iron Man suit. Now this is the Gamerverse Steve Rogers head. It's the first one I had at hand. Now there isn't a peg for the head to go on, but I'm sure with a little bit of blue tack or a little bit of modification you could get a very similar look to that in the TV show when the mask comes back. Having a look at the head, you can see there that the ball point is in the actual helmet and not in the neck, so customizers, you could have a bit of play with that. Hands, you come with 2 extra fist hands as well as the open hands that are already on him. You come with these huge blast effects and you come with this great big jetpack kind of thing as well. In regards to how he looks in comparison to the TV show, he's pretty accurate. Obviously they had the animation to go by, but he is pretty accurate and I can't see anything wrong with the way that he looks. Now this backpack opens up and as you can see these 2 big blast effects fit in the bottom here and create that look in the show where he kind of flies around. He's very similar to the Mark 1, obviously just a more kind of polished version, wasn't built in a cave, but he essentially is that universe's version of the Mark 1. But yeah, he's a real beast. He really is a beast. I'm quite happy with him. I can't wait to get the Captain Carter figure because obviously in the show you do see her kind of riding him and you can see that there's handles up the kind of left hand side as well where she can climb, and on the back there's a little handle and peg clips as well. Now if I just put an Iron Man suit, this is the very first one I had at hand, the Mark 85 from MCU. Put him next to him, you can see as a 6-inch figure you've got a good sort of 3 and a bit inches on top of him, so it definitely stands quite high in your display. However, there you go, a little bit of a wobble. I was just about to say he's very top heavy. Now I know I have got to play around with the feet and everything and sort of, you know, find the right kind of pose, but he definitely is very top heavy. Now just comparing him to one of the other big figures that we've had recently. Now one of my subscribers, the Figure Trap, a little bit of a shout out there for you, did say that he wanted to see the HYDRA Stomper next to the Iron Monger suit that we've had in the Infinity Saga wave, and I plan to put these 2 shoulder to shoulder. Now the reason being is that when I saw that these 2 were announced, I honestly thought that they were going to be using the same mould, and if you have a look they are vastly different. They are 2 completely different suits of armours, and the guys at Hasbro really do deserve a little bit of credit because they've not just reused one to make the other, whereas they could have very easily used one of them to make the other one, but they haven't. They've really gone out of their way and made 2 completely separate large armors here, which is really cool, and I look forward to kind of getting these 2 in a photograph together because I think it'd be quite fun to have the HYDRA Stomper going off against the Iron Monger. So there you go, Figure Trap, there they are side by side for your viewing pleasure. Now going back to the HYDRA Stomper, I'm really pleased. Now this is the very first of the What If figures that I have had, and I'm really hoping that there's going to be a second wave, because after that last episode there is definitely some extra characters that I would like to see in figure form, not just the ones that we've had in that first wave. I think the first wave was quite vanilla. They were all characters that we knew we were going to see on screen, and the show has definitely produced some awesome variations of characters. So I really do hope that the guys at Hasbro do another wave at least. But yeah, in regards to this guy, he is definitely worth picking up. I think a Captain Carter episode was easily one of the best. Oh, just this as well. One of the blast effects from a regular Iron Man does fit in the cannon here on his right arm, so you can set up some cool poses. Now I've not had enough of a look to see if there's any other holes anywhere, but there was definitely a cannon here on his right arm, and the guys at Hasbro said that they had hollowed out the chamber so that you could do this, and it really does take it up to the next level. But yeah, I think in regards, I can't wait to get the Captain Carter figure to see how she looks next to him. But if you get the opportunity, pick this guy up because you will not be disappointed. He is a big old beast of a figure, and very screen accurate, and a really cool figure to have. And I'm really pleased to have him on my shelf to put him in my collection, and I recommend that you guys do the same. So yeah, brilliant figure. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I will see you next time.